हेलो माय फ्रेंड्स, आज हम पढ़ेंगे फंक्शनलिज्म, सोशल सिस्टम एंड फंक्शनल एनालिसिस। बी.एम. मैलिनोस्की, कल्चर फंक्शनलिज्म। पहला क्वेश्चन हमारा रहेगा बी मैलिनोस्की का कल्चर फंक्शनलिज्म। बी.एम. was one of the most important social anthropologists of the 20th century. He is famous for developing the theory of functionalism, especially known as culture functionalism. Meaning of functionalism. Functionalism is a sociological theory that explains society by studying the functions of its different parts. It focuses on how institutions like family, religion, education, economy, and politics contribute to social order and stability. Meaning of culture. According to Malinowski, culture is the complete way of a society. It includes customs, traditions, language, religion, rules, values, and institutions. Culture is a man-made and helps people solve practical problems. For example, family helps in reproduction and childcare. Economy helps in food production. Religion gives emotional peace. Education transfer knowledge. Thus, culture is useful and necessary for survival. Main ideas of Malinowski. Functionalism. Culture satisfies human needs. This is the central idea of his theory. Malinowski said that human beings have many needs and culture exists to fulfill them. Without culture, people cannot survive properly. For example, food satisfies hunger, shelter protects from climate, marriage regulates sexual life, family raises children. Every culture practice is connected with some needs. Society is an integrated whole. Malinowski believed that society is like a system in which all parts are connected. For example, family affect education, religion influence politics, economy affect daily life. If one part changes, other parts also affected. Thus show that society works as a complete whole. Every institution performs a function. According to Malinowski, institutions continue to exist because they perform useful functions. No institution is useless. Example: religion creates unity and peace, law maintains order, education develops skills. Types of needs. BM divided human needs into three categories: basic needs, derived needs, integrative needs. Basic needs: food, shelter, safety, health, rest. Derived: economy, education, political system, law, social control. Integrative: religion, art, ritual, custom, magic. अगला क्वेश्चन है टैलकोट पर्सन की जनरल थ्योरी ऑफ एक्शन एंड सोशल सिस्टम. Talcott Parsons was one of the most important sociologists of the 20th century. He made a major contribution to sociology by developing the theory of social action and the concept of social system. Parsons is known as the main supporter of structural functionalism. His two major ideas are general theory of action, social system. Both are closely connected and help us understand how society functions. General theory of action. Person explained that every human action has meaning and purpose. He called this the theory of social action. According to him, action takes place when an individual tries to achieve a goal within a social situation. Action is not just a physical movement. It includes thinking, decision making, and behavior guided by values and norms. For example, when a student studies for an examination, it is a social action because the student has a goal, passing the exam, follow social rules, discipline and education, and act in a social environment, school and family. The section is always related to society. Elements of social action. Parson explained that every action has four important elements. Actor. The actor is the person who performs the action. Example: a student, teacher, doctor. Without an actor, action cannot exist. Goal. Every action has a purpose or objective. Example: a student studies to pass exam. The goal gives a direction to action. Situation. Action takes place in a particular environment or situation. It includes physical and social conditions. The actor must act according to the situation. Norms and values. These are social rules that guide behavior. Example: honesty, discipline, respect, responsibility. The section is controlled by society. Social system. Parson gave great importance to the concept of social system. According to him, society is a system of social relationship in which people interact with each other according to shared values and norms. A social system is formed when people perform roles and follow common rules. Example: family, school, village, office, nation. Each system has members, roles, expectations, and values. Example: in a family, father performs the role of provider, mothers perform care and support, children follow rule and learn values. This creates order and stability. Features of social system. Interaction. A social system is based on interaction between individuals. Without interaction, society cannot exist. Shared values. People in society follow common values like honesty, cooperation, and respect. These values create unity. Social roles. Every person has a role to perform. Example: teacher teaches, student learner, police maintain law. Roles make security organized. Stability and order. The main aim of the social system is to maintain balance and social order. Society survives when its parts work together properly. Conclusion. Talcott Parsons explained society as a system where individuals perform action according to values and norms. थर्ड क्वेश्चन है और के मैटन की क्रिटिक एंड रिफॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ फंक्शनल एनालिसिस. R. K. Merton was a famous sociologist who improved the theory of functionalism. Earlier sociologists like Malinowski and Talcott Parsons believed that every part of society is useful and helps maintain order. They thought society works like a machine where every part performs an important function. Merton agreed partially, but he said this idea is too simple. He believed that some institutions can also create problems. Not everything also creates problems. Not everything in society is always good. So he criticized old functionalism and gave a new form called reformulation of functional analysis. This made sociology more practical and realistic. Meaning of functional analysis. Functional analysis means studying society by understanding the functions performed by its different parts. It explains how institutions like family, religion, education, politics, and economy help society. Example: family gives love, care, and socialization. School gives education, religion creates peace and unity, government order maintain law and order. Earlier thinkers believed these all always useful. Merton said we must also study their negative effect. Criticism of old functionalism. Merton criticized three main assumptions of earlier functionalism: functional unity of society, old ideas. Earlier thinkers believed that all parts of society works together peacefully and society is always united. Merton's view. He said this is not always true. Some institutions may help one group but harm another. Example: the caste system helps upper caste but creates suffering for low castes. So society is not always full of harmony. Explanation: this means society also has conflict, inequality, and struggle. Universal functionalism. Old idea. Early thinkers said every custom and tradition is useful for society. Merton's view. He said some customs are harmful and should not be called functional. Example: dowry system, corruption, child labor, untouchability. These creates problems, not benefit. Explanation: so not every social practice helps society. Indispensability. Old idea. Earlier thinker believed every institution is necessary and cannot be replaced. Merton views. He said institution can be replaced by other institution. Example: education can help in school, college, or online classes. Child care can be done by family, school, or hospital. Explanation: this means no institution is permanent or absolutely necessary. Formulation of functionalism. Merton did not reject functionalism completely, he only improved it. He gave some new concept: manifest function. Manifest function or planned, intended, and obvious functions. Example: the manifest function of school is to provide education. The manifest function of hospital is to give treatment. Explanation: these are the direct and visual purpose of an institution. Latent function or hidden, unintended, and unplanned function. People may not notice them easily. Example: school helps a student make friends. School also helps student learn discipline. Explanation: these are indirect benefits that happen automatically. Functions: manifest plus latent. Dysfunction: instead of helping society, it creates problem. Unemployment increases crime, corruption creates injustice, exam pressure causes stress. Non-function means something exists but has no useful roles. These are simply habits without real benefit. Functional alternatives. The same functions can be performed by different institutions. Example: child care can be done by family, school, child care center, hospital. Conclusion: R.K. Merton said functionalism stronger and more realistic. He showed that society has both positive and negative effects. हमने इस वीडियो में 3 सोशोलॉजिस्ट के व्यूज़ को पढ़ा है: B.M. मैलिनोस्की, टैलकोट पर्सन, R.K. मैटन। ये नोट्स बहुत ज़्यादा इजी हैं, आप इनको 2-3 बार रीड करना, नोट्स बनाना, अच्छे से लिख लेना अपनी नोटबुक पर। अगली वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे अगली वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे स्ट्रक्चरल फंक्शनलिज्म एंड स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म। चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करना ताकि मेरी हर एक वीडियो आपके तक पहुंचते रहे। बाय, थैंक यू।